Okay, I've just figured out how to make a Grand Theft Auto type game. So this is what I've got. You have your little character who moves around, and then he picks up a key, and now when he enters the car, you can take control of the car. So you drive around, and then as soon as you're bored, you just jump out and continue being the player. I haven't figured out at the minute how to get back into the car and do it all again. So that's something I'm working on, but this is just really to show you how I got to this point. You get some lights as well. How you get to this point, and hopefully I'll figure out the rest. So basically, I've made a car which has two frames to it. One is a door open and one is the door closed. You don't need both of them, but I have for this case. And a key, which is just a picture of a key, drawing of a key sort of thing. And your character. And the character has two stances, like idle and moving. And then in the actions, I've got a few variables here. This is just standard sort of character movement. This is the pickup key, which I'll explain in a bit. All of this stuff here is from another someone else. This is from freeactionscripts.com, I think, which is this little thing here. So I basically just adapted the code slightly to work with my game. So if you go on freeactionscripts or script.com, I can't remember which one, and it will all be in there. But yeah, for this bit, so I've got char speed, which is the speed the character walks, and then I've got my car speed, which is the speed the car will actually. Hang on, no, I don't need that. I've got in-car as a boolean, which is false, got key, which is also false, and lights on. So these are the two important ones we need. So basically after, what you want to say is that if key is up and not in car, you have to add that to every one, because when you are in the car, you want the button up to do something else. So make sure you put all these in. That's really basic, we won't run through that. This bit here, this is the important bit for this part. When you pick up the key, it turns on got key. So then equals true, which is the variable we set at the top, got key. And then, because it's now true, we can say that when something happens and got key is true, then something else happens. So we'll say if the character hits the car and got key, he's already got the key, then he is actually allowed to drive the car. In car then equals true, which is also a boolean. Yeah. So if he's got the key and he hits the car, then he's in the car. If hasn't got the key and he hits the car, nothing happens. But if in car is true, then the car goes to and stops 2, which will close the door. Character, it doesn't really matter. I did do a little animation where he's driving, but it didn't really work. But we want to say that the character's X position and Y position is equal to the car X position and Y position. So as soon as in-car is true, the character will be underneath the car basically, but it will remain exactly where the car is all the time. And the rotation is the same, which also doesn't matter. And then to exit the car, you have to press space. And if you press space and you're in the car, then the car will go to and stop 1, which will open the door. Then got key then becomes false, and so does in car. So he's no longer in the car and he's no longer got the key. So all of that stuff there makes it work. And then all this stuff underneath is from the other game, and all I've done is added and in car. So if you didn't have and in car or and not in car, it would control both things at once. So if you pressed up, the character would move and so would the car. But all this, none of this is mine. I've just, well, apart from that, that's the lights on bit. I've just added this in. So I've said if key down is shift, so if I'm pressing the shift key and I'm in the car, then the lights come on. But that's pretty basic. But the rest of it should be easy to follow. It's not like a mega tutorial. I'm just this is just as far as I've got. So if anyone's got any ideas they can think of to help me with getting in the car and getting out of it, getting into other cars and stuff, let me know. But that should get you started. So I'll upload the FLA to MediaFire, whatever it's called, and see how you get on with that. So for now, goodbye.